What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy JDiesel back at it with another episode of Under the Radar. And joining me today, as always, my partner in crime, Grandmaster FloKey. How you doing today, my man?
Uh, it's been okay. I heard rumors of a blow up to Monday. I've been trying to stay off Twitter. I'm trying to go off a week of a hiatus. Now I'm hearing shit about DMV and Jersey. What the? But how was your weekend, J Diesel?
My weekend was phenomenal. I will say, if you want to see some good ass Dragon Ball,
You missed
tune
it this weekend.
into the monthly for Dragon Ball Fighters. It was absolutely wild at Xanadu Games. But
Yeah, I feel that.
obviously, we got to talk about the man who was a big part of all of that, right? So I got to pass it over to currently the biggest man in the DMV, Seven. Talk a little bit about yourself, my man.
How you
Hey,
guys
let's
doing
go.
tonight? To be quite honest, I wasn't gonna come out this monthly, but they told me I kind of had to, and if I didn't, they wasn't gonna let me live it down. So
It was
Little-
one of those it was one of those situations.
yeah, to be quite honest, I didn't even know Jace was coming.
Really?
I thought it was just gonna be Sage and Tack.
Yeah, I heard that from what I was told from J Diesel, that the kind of the pool of players was going to be like Tack, Sage, potentially Lowry, Alucard, all these other players. But tell the people at home, for those who might not, so I don't really know you as much. Tell someone like me who doesn't really know Seven, who beat Jace this weekend, a little bit about yourself.
I don't even know where to start, to be honest.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, I played Dragon Ball since the beginning. If we're going from like very first competitive games, though,
Yeah.
I started off with Marvel.
Oh,
Okay.
Marvel 3.
Okay.
God, that game was a roller coaster. But yeah, and I've just been playing Dragon Ball ever since. Used to play Street Fighter 5, but they destroyed Alex terribly. And yeah, I've just been chilling on DBFZ since.
Yeah, I do respect the Alex choice. I was a big Alex player in Street Fighter. They did that fella so bad.
Yeah, they destroyed that dude.
They did, but so you're from the DMV. You've been playing since Marvel 3, so you can kind of see that 3v3 background in you. Especially now, I have a quick question before we get into your team. Did you always kind of gear towards big bodies because the way you play your team?
No, I've never really been a big body player.
Really?
So like my pool of characters throughout like all games have just been characters I just kind of liked. So Marvel
Really?
3, it's like very different from my team now. Marvel 3, my team was Rocket Raccoon, Taskmaster, Hawkeye.
That's an interesting squad.
Yeah, it's a very it's way different compared to now. This game is just my favorite characters. So they just both happen to unfortunately be fuzzyable, and then one of them isn't. But yeah,
tall bodies, baby.
yeah,
Tall bodies.
extra large and just a large dude.
Large and in charge, as the people would say.
Yeah.
Plus a prince. So because I was what is this team that you are fabling about?
This team, my team.
Yeah, your team, right? No,
Unpack
the person I'm not talking to.
Oh, my fault. Well, pretty much my team. I personally think my team is fine. I played it since it came out. Actually, no, I played Blue Vegeta first. That was like a waste of time. Yeah, like I played the team. This team was so whack. It was Blue Vegeta, Hit, and Cooler on Anchor.
What?
Yeah, it was awful.
Okay.
Yeah, so it only took like talking to Kami like 50 times for me to realize, you know something? Maybe this team is trash. Maybe this team is actually god awful.
Yeah, Kami would not be one to prop up a low tier team. Be like, yeah, definitely play that. We had Kami on here before, and he's like, no, you play what's degenerate. You play top tiers to win. Like,
Sure. He saw Blue Vegeta. He's just disappointed.
He's like that parent's like, I'm not mad. I'm just really disappointed in you. like you could pick anybody else in the class, but you decided to pick Blue Vegeta. But we did have someone on Pivot Ace kind of on the podcast before. So your current team
Is
is
hit Cooler Vegeta.
Super
Super
Saiyan.
Saiyan. Yeah.
Okay, that makes so much sense. You know the crazy thing is like kind of going off the weird wacky combinations of Blue Vegeta. We had Asian Tom. We'll get into Summit next week, but we had Asian Tom over from Mass. He was playing base Vegeta on Anchor. So it kind of like this archetype in Vegeta has been kind of like been molding itself over the last year, and now you're kind of seeing like every iteration of Vegeta being used in some way. You know, granted, Blue Vegeta is kind of like the ugly child of the three.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because I like that character a lot. So
No, a
I'll
lot of
let,
people do.
let me like rephrase. I don't think Blue Vegeta per se is like terrible, but the team I had him on, he just wasn't
Right.
for it.
That's not a
It-
Blue
it-
Vegeta team.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not at all.
you have to revolve the team around it. But I think your team now, I think, is really strong, and it's definitely unique because you have kind of two interesting assists in hit assist and cooler assist being a DP.
Hmm. Yep.
So, yeah, because your game plan, I was watching your game plan, and I think it was really interesting to kind of see like how you manipulate hit in like a full screen situation with Vegeta assist. And it's like it's almost like a zoning style, and I'm like, you never thought you would see that with hit.
Yeah, because the thing is, you can't really approach it because if you're in the air, you just go in the blue stance and just bring you back down. And if
Right.
you're on the ground, you try to advance forward. I just press 5M, and 5M is just a mini Bardock layer, except you don't have to do an input. You just press 5M.
You know the crazy thing is, J Diesel. You know I just realized
What's up?
we haven't had a hit or a cooler player on
No,
so far.
we haven't. Those are both two very unique characters, and I gotta say, so I got to do commentary all this weekend for Xanadu.
talk about this fella.
And I think the thing that was the most striking about watching you play Seven was how defensive you are as a player. That's not super common among strong players in this game, and I would consider you a strong player. On my 1 to 10 scale, I would put you at an 8. That's in the same vein as people like Lord Knight. Like I actually think you're around that power level. And it was crazy to me because you don't play like a lot of the other top players. A lot of other top players tends to be very mix heavy. It tends to be very much, dominate neutral. Whereas what you were doing was counterpunch. It was just pure counterpunch. And it was just very, very wild to me. And your entire team is good against Super Dash.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
noticed that. It's one of those like mechanics that like is so powerful. Like, you get people to tell you that mash super dash, but like at a high level, like super dash becomes an option. But then it becomes what your team's case, like when you mentioned before about using blue flame, or as Jay Diesel calls it, hands in the pocket.
Hands in the pocket, baby.
That's such a good name. Oh my god.
Hands in the pocket.
That's what is he reaching for? That's the question. That's the question. But no, yeah. Yeah, that team is very unique, and like it definitely is like more of an anti-meta team compared
Oh
to
yeah,
what we're
yeah, most
seeing
definitely,
recently.
most definitely.
Like compared to what we've seen with Bardock GT and like Kid Buu GT, kind of running the meta at this point.
Especially if the whole fuzzy fiasco going on, people don't even like to play a big body character unless it's Broly.
This is
Yeah, they don't want to bat an eye. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
right here. So I loved. I actually kind of want you to. I want you to unpack because a lot of the people who listen to this are we have a lot of mid-level players on here who listen to
true.
this podcast to like try to improve and stuff
Alright.
like that. And one of the big questions we've gotten time and time again is, I can't play big body characters because they're fuzzyable. This is impossible. I can't play the character. I just get fuzzy to death. I don't know what to do. Da 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 da. And you kind of touched on this in your winner's speech at the monthly, and I kind of want to hear. I kind of want you to unpack your thoughts again in terms of what do you think about characters being fuzzied, and how big of a liability do you actually think that is?
So on regards of characters being fuzzyable, Me personally, I don't want fuzzy to go away because it's part of the game. It's part of a lot of games.
Right.
However, I think the way that fuzzies happen is a little too like accessible. Like it's too easy to start. So, for example, when they first found about Bardock fuzzies, you just snap, make them block, and then it's either high or low, and you decide. And if you don't block it, well, you get snap looped again.
Right.
But my main thing is I don't think it's that big of a liability as people put it out to be. Because if you do, if you get put in that situation in the first place, that's on you. You messed up somewhere along the line. So and as I mentioned before, if you are getting snap looped, they don't see any of your team as a threat. So their skill gap, the gap in skill is too big for it to even matter at this point.
Right.
You didn't really lose because of like you got fuzzy to death. It was just the person was better than you, and you don't know
Right.
how to get out that situation.
Right.
Um, and a lot of people were asking like, why did you like how did you block the fuzzies so many times?
Yeah, because you got in 9 games in grand finals, you got fuzzied one time, and it was not for lack of trying. Like you just actually only got fuzzied once with two
Yeah,
characters who are fuzzyable.
yeah. So that stems back to this is also why I don't like mind playing double big bodies anymore because of the video Alien put up. So I don't know if you guys saw it before, but it's Alien put up this video where it discusses like something called absolute guarding.
I did
And
not see this.
yeah, so how it works is because you know how if you block something there, you have I believe 6 more frames of block stun.
Yeah,
Yeah, so technically, pretty much everything is a true block string at that point. Like once they come down, press 5L, you're pretty much just wrapped up.
yeah, you're gonna get jailed.
So because it's like so airtight, in order to block the fuzzy, you don't press back. Instead, what you do, it's the motion is 141. No, excuse me, not 141. It's 151. So you hold the moment you land, you press down back, then you go back to neutral, and then you just press down back again. So if you were to go try it in the training room right now,
Yeah,
just like pick a big body and just have Bardock do the loop on you or the snap. If you don't press anything when he does it, you'll just block it because you're in that much block stun. I'll send you the video. I'll send you the video.
that's
after this.
actually really interesting. I've never heard of this actually.
Yeah. So when me and Jace played, that's all I was doing was just absolute guarding because I didn't have to deal with the fuzzies.
So you were just
That's-
nullifying the fuzzies altogether.
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah. Like granted, the thing is it's not free. It takes practice to do. Like
Yeah.
don't try it unless you practice it.
Okay.
Right.
But it is a very strong tool if you're going to play big bodies.
Does this
Right.
also work with the mid-stage GT Goku assist fuzzies?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a tool that
Because
works
remember, you're-
mid-stage too.
Remember, whatever you take in the air, you're still stuck. And even if you're not in the air, so let's say like they do Goku assist, all right?
Yeah.
And then they make it airtight. If they try to go for a fuzzy right there, you can just absolute guard. But the thing is that shouldn't be that bad because you can honestly just crouch that and it wouldn't hit you.
Right.
Yeah,
So
just- go ahead.
it's kind of a situational kind of thing,
Yeah, you just
especially
have
in the corner. Now, does that also apply to like Piccolo Universal Fuzzy?
Piccolo Universal Fuzzy, the one in the air, no, that's something entirely different.
Okay.
That one you're on your own. I can't help you with that.
So, okay.
Yeah, that one.
So the Green Man strikes again. I see.
Yup.
So, see, that's what happens when you're a part Namekian. You just dodge things like this.
Yeah, for the case of wanting to play big body characters, to be quite honest, you got to be mentally prepared for it. You got to be prepared to get fuzzied or have to fight against fuzzies. And if you don't
Right.
if you don't have the mentality for that, just don't even bother doing it. It's not. It's not. It's just gonna hurt you in the long run.
Got it.
That's actually really interesting because I was wondering how you were doing it so consistently. Because like it got to the point where Jace basically gave up on them because he wasn't getting anything off of the fuzzies, and at that point you don't even have to think about them, right? Like
Nope.
they just like stop existing basically.
Yeah, like I don't really worry about fuzzies like that anymore.
So another defensive habit that I was really curious about during your set, why do you reflect super dash with hit even when it's clearly 2Hable?
So just to be safe, this is just unfortunate online habit
Okay.
because two H's are just like hit or miss online.
True.
So if I've gotten to the point where it's like, hey, I don't want to risk mistiming this or just miss hitting it. So I'm just going to deflect them. Because when you deflect a super dash, you pretty much nullify super dash assist.
That's
So
true.
in the case of let's say GT Goku and Yamcha, they just super dash and you block and they call Yamcha system. You gotta take a mix.
Yeah.
If you deflect the super dash, you don't have to take that because they'll be too far away to do anything.
They can't follow up on their
and they
assist.
just wasted an assist. So
Unless
now
they
they have to play
powerful.
without the assist.
The thing is like the way it depends on where they are on screen too, because the thing is with Yamcha assist tracking already,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to make sure that one you commit to the rest that reflect, because if you don't keep committing to it, Yamcha's gonna hit you, and then there, even though that's still a little bit of damage, depending on where you're on screen,
Yeah, they can still.
they can still follow up. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they can still get you.
it's a double edged sword at that point.
Yeah, so like key situations. So like when I would play Jace or Sage, because they was really good at this, I
Yeah.
can't really get Sage to do anything dumb. Like it's too hard to get that man to do anything stupid.
He's really smart.
Yeah. So whenever he would super dash, if I missed if I couldn't deflect in time, or I was in a situation where I couldn't deflect, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just block and take the hit. But the times where he did do it, I would just deflect it because I didn't want to risk getting hit and then Kid Buu being Kid Buu.
That makes a lot of sense. I was wondering what the reason for it was because there were a couple times I'm like, oh, I felt like he really could have 2H there, but it's just a sort of consistent defensive habit for you.
Yeah, there's just been a consistent defensive habit just because of like online play.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate, but it's something.
Yeah, the other defensive habit that I was kind of curious about that was actually kind of brought to my attention was you don't tend to light DP in the air very much as an anti-air tool.
That is also an online habit. I'll try it online. I'll see counters like, well, that's it for me.
It's like I do it once. I'm like, bye.
Yeah, so well, we tried.
We tried, right?
Like, granted, there are times where I do get it, but it's like I would have to play more offline to do it because it's online. It's not really that consistent.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can't
react to it. It's hard to react online, especially. Well, the thing is too is like you have the luxury of having two characters that can air DP.
Yeah.
Versus plus two, like you have technically
hit.
You have hit counter, which is a risk in itself.
Yeah, because if that joint says counter, somebody's dying.
Yeah.
And that goes both ways. If it says counter for me, I'm dead.
Right. So someone's about to get slapped with a lot of damage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's something I just gotta work on.
I gotcha. Yeah. And the other, I guess the last thing was this is like a decision point because like, and I know that I'm kind of harping on your defense a little bit, but this was the part of your play that I found the most interesting, because you didn't tend to win games by overwhelming your opponent. Though I will have to talk about your cooler specifically because you have the probably most beastly cooler I've ever seen, like bar none. But the last one was like when you choose to DP. Because there were so many, you were so conservative with your DPs that they would almost forget about that you even had them. But every time you DP'd except once, you hit. You hit every single DP you threw out except for one. And I was just kind of blown away like how you managed to do that.
Yeah, because this is why I emphasize like you just have to learn how to block, especially if you have like a reversal option. If you increase your blocking, they don't really ever think about DP because it's like, oh, he's just gonna try to block this, blah blah blah. But then when you finally, bust it out, it's like probably a 9 out of 10 chance they're gonna get hit because they forgot about it. They didn't expect you to DP
because they're so used to blocking.
Yeah, it's mainly defensive conditioning, pretty much. Like the times I fought Jace where I landed it, it's pretty much he assumed, and mind you, he did a safe jump too, so it shouldn't have hit. But
Right.
he just continued pressing because, he was expecting to block it.
Right.
So instead, I would just DP and then he just died because I sparked him right after.
Yeah.
So it's just honestly a matter of it's a matter of, as you said before, conserving your DPs.
Yeah.
So I think the one kind of question on a lot of people's minds, because you can be playing any other two big bodies. We've seen a lot of big body, double big body players. Jerry, at Summer Jam, he was playing Cooler Broly. You have players like Paco playing
Shout out
Piccolo.
to Jerry, that's the homie.
Yeah, you have Piccolo. You have Paco over in Japan playing some Monster Piccolo. Even Hypnotic, who took Summit, he's still playing Cell Piccolo, and yourself, you're playing Cooler Hit. Why, and especially you in particular, why those two compared to like playing a Broly or a Piccolo?
To be honest, those are just my favorite characters. Like the three on my team are just my favorite characters. There's no reason.
Like no reason, like in game, like why?
Yeah, there's no reason to. There's really no other reason as to why I play him.
That's interesting.
It's just I kind of just forced them to work together.
I was gonna say, well, then obviously the follow-up question has to be, why do you love these three? What in the show makes you love these three characters?
What's the lore?
Right? What's the lore? What's the lore for your love for these characters?
So me personally, I'm not a Goku fan at all. I do not like that character. So anybody that like smokes Goku, I'm a fan of. I'm pretty sure we've all seen that Cooler movie.
Yes.
That was kind of rough for the boy. So that's like reason number one with Cooler. And then I like his final form. His final form looked really nice. I like the design of it.
Agreed.
Hit pretty much the same thing. Even though he kind of bodied Vegeta, but that's the story for another time. But yeah, Hit, I just like his playstyle, and besides him being a favorite character, he kind of reminds me of Azrael from Blaze Blue.
Yeah,
because Azrael just hits like a fucking truck. Same with Hit. It's pretty much they both have similar movement options, et cetera, et cetera.
I noticed that too. Like, that's actually funny to kind of mention that because Dogra is playing Cooler, so you'd be surprised that he's not playing Hit. Because he used to be an Azrael player. That's really interesting. That's interesting to bring up.
It's probably more so because like Kid Boo's a little bit more,
Azrael.
Yeah, he's a little more off the charts compared to
it. Listen, if Kid Boo was able to teleport when he like dashed like Azrael, granted you have that in like Janemba or Hit. Yeah, he'd be ridiculous, but
he's already ridiculous.
Yeah. I know you guys remember the Forbidden Mix-Up where his Mystic Ball used to cross up in the corner.
Oh my god!
Can we not talk about that?
I'm so glad
the unblockable.
I'm so glad that's gone. I hated that so much. Like, there's certain things I would want back that can stay gone. Like, I would give like Android 16 his level 3 pull out of the corner Oki. I'd give him that back. I would never give Kid Buu the cross up Mystic Ball back. I hated that so much. But
yeah.
Go ahead, FloKey.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
So, obviously, this was a a tough monthly. So actually, I kind of wanted to ask you about your matches. So you most of your matches seem pretty straightforward. You obviously took me out. You took me out on your.
Hey, man, sometimes it be your own.
It really do, man.
I didn't want to have to, but
yo, Seven, you took out my co-host. You took out my co-host, man.
Man,
I had to go.
you gave me like a false sense of hope too, right? Like game 1, we were both down to one character, and in my head, I'm like, oh man, I could kind of hang with 7. This is like kind of doable. And game 2, I'm like, oh, my whole team's dead except for Ginyu, and he's still got 3 characters. Like, what the hell's going on right now?
Yeah, first game is just like data.
Yeah.
And the second game is just assimilation.
So, how was your match against? So you play your two most notable matches at the monthly were obviously Sage and Jace.
Yeah.
You and Sage have clashed before. You did it the last Xanadu monthly, where you guys actually did a bracket reset. So
Yeah.
what is you guys seemed completely evenly matched. Like I would say you and Sage seem almost exactly the same skill level. What is it that makes your set so back and forth with him?
It's pretty much me and Sage are both. Me and Sage can both adapt to like the situations that happen. So the last monthly, as you mentioned before, like I was being too cautious to the point where I was even pressing 5M against them. So
Right.
when we played again, I was being a little bit more aggressive and I was being a little bit more active in my movement because Sage, when Sage saw that I would just sit on the ground, he would always just 2M Kid Buu and he'd always catch me out the block.
Yeah.
Now I started staying in the air more against Kid Buu because that's kind of where he's somewhat weak at, especially against my team.
Interesting. Okay.
And we would when me and Sage play, it starts boiling down to who can who can we who can make the other use their resources first. So if he uses Trunks assist and it does not connect, then I go in. Or if I use
Right.
Vegeta assist and he's nowhere near it, he goes in.
Right.
It turns into a battle of resources. Yeah.
It's cat and mouse. So
Yeah.
I did pull up the monthly bracket just to kind of get more of an insight. Because I usually do it when JDiesel's there. So it's like to check in on my co-host.
Oh no!
So-
watch my
so-
bus ass play.
So you started, and then you played Azul, JDiesel, 2-0s, beat the Cutter 2-0. Kern, who got top 8 at Summer Jam 2-0, to get into winners finals. And notice before that, Kern beat Jace 2-zip.
Mhm.
So that is a testament to the progression of not only yourself but your scene. I think now is a good time to kind of segue a little bit into. So the last time we had somebody on, ironically, it was Giga Itachi after last monthly.
Oh Jesus.
That was the last guest that we had
Oh,
DMV.
oh man, that bad dude, son.
on.
So-
That's the homie, but Jesus, man.
So it's kind of interesting to kind of see the growth, like besides all the stuff that we'll get into, right? The growth of your scene overall, big or small, right? Like I'm seeing names in here that I don't, besides like the regulars I hear about, I've never heard of Majid Mar or DeMarco, Doug Lagoon or Azul, like all these other players.
Excuse you, Doug Lagan.
Doug Lagoon, I'm sorry.
He was OG Dragon Ball at Xanadu, so I gotta give the man his name.
Oh, Jerry was here too. Jerry lost second round. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I think DMV is in a really good spot, and and kind of a question I want to pose to both of you from this past monthly to this monthly. How has been the growth of your scene? Do you guys feel?
Well, to be honest, ever since Hassan started that, known as Giga Itachi, I call him Hassan. We
Right.
kind of go back, but pretty much ever since he did that call out, it's gotten way bigger. People have been a little bit more interested in the scene compared to what it was before. Hell, even Jerry came back.
He did come back. He came out of
Yeah.
retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I will. So, So the kind of path for DMV Dragon Ball has not always been the most exciting. There were definitely times where the scene was, struggling a little bit, but we are back in full force at this point. We're running large weeklies most of the time, and we've had so many new faces come out. Like people I have just never seen before starting to come out to the weeklies, new blood, and they're coming back too.
That's awesome.
Like the scene is really kind of growing up in a big way. And we have, some of those regulars you've talked about, who have been consistently performing not only at home, but have actually gone elsewhere, Panda Global, Keys events, Big E tournaments, stuff like that. I
Right.
mean, I top 64 in CEO, so I've got, one thing that I've done in my life. Um, you know, the scene as a whole, I feel like, is getting stronger. I think one of the differences between DMV versus a lot of other scenes is I feel like other scenes, a lot of them tend to be a little bit more top heavy, where there
Mm,
tends to be like a couple distinct players, and then there's like a bit of a step down. Whereas I feel like in the
right.
DMV, it's kind of growing upwards, where like
Makes sense.
the whole scene as a whole is moving up levels in lockstep to a certain degree. And I think right now Seven is kind of at the helm of this. Like as a player, I think Seven is sort of the I want to say like old man Seven, right? Like you've seen the memes, right? like
No, right. Like you have those like people that did like were there since season one, and then just kind of being like a forefather and a mentor to the rest of the scene, like kind of that new blood, kind of like making sure that next generation of players in your scene are treated okay and just like put in the right spot to grow in the future. Because beginning of the year, right? And I kind of want to talk about beginning of the year. The only two players I knew about besides you, J Diesel, and your brother
yep.
was Big Bag and Kelso.
Yeah, because they were
Now the
HOC with Pred.
now the field's almost wide open, which is I think this has been the healthiest Dragon Ball's been, considering that you have a character like GT kind of running rampant, but you have people like Seven playing unique character or characters together that can kind of pioneer that kind of mentality of playing double big bodies, because you see it a lot in the past couple months of Dragon Ball, but you're not seeing it at a level like you're. It's very rare to see it at such a high level. Whether it be at a major, or regional, or in this case a monthly. Um, so yeah, I think. What's your opinion about all of a sudden? Like, how do you feel about what I just said? Does this make sense, or
You
am
talk
I just
about.
spin, or am I just spin jargon?
Are you referring to the part about the double big bodies, the pioneering part, or you talk
The
about our scene as a whole?
I think they are seen as a whole thing, because like especially because J Diesel meant the new blood, like
So,
in the old meme of old man Seven.
so as a whole of the scene,
Yeah.
they have gotten bigger. It's like they're compared to when I first went like I think it was 2 months ago. Was it
Yep, it
J
was two
Diesel?
months ago.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago. Yeah, compared to when I went there and where I went now, there's way more people out here now. So there was this old dude I've never seen him before. This old dude. There's a couple faces I haven't seen in the bracket. And then, of course, we had people from NJ come out because of Gigi Tachi's statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statement. That's a
But I think it's a good segue. Do we want to talk about it?
Oh,
Should we talk about it?
I'll change the segment. Hold on, I'm changing the segment title right now to blow up Monday.
But so again, we want to preface as we've had Giga Itachi, and Giga Itachi's already called out everybody.
Hold on. We haven't just had Giga Itachi on this podcast. We've had Sage on this podcast too.
Episode 3.
I consider both of these people friends, but there's been a lot of words exchanged.
Yeah, it's been
Can
quite the quite the few statements going out.
So,
do we need to pull? Should we pull up Twitter?
Yeah,
oh,
pull up Twitter. Pull up Twitter.
all right. You know
Pull-
what?
I think everybody needs to see this.
I'm gonna go ahead and just so here you go, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up Twitter right now. I'm gonna put it on screen for you guys because
I think it's that's the most important part, because like I think the one thing a lot of people, because that used to be the because again you're coming from a Marvel 3 background, Now you both have kind of seen the whole money match, kind of like that era, right? Everybody's hunting for money matches. Everybody's just grinding it out.
Oh wow, somebody. Ooh, people are asking for a Maryland versus Jersey match. Let's not get in on that right now. Woof! People acting crazy out here.
Wait, where? Where on Twitter?
No, I did. You know what? There's a lot of Twitter, but we're talking about the good stuff right now.
It's too soon.
No. That's not what it's about. No, there's more important things right now.
Seven's over here like, I just want to talk.
No,
I just want to teach the class.
No, the most important thing.
I just want to teach class. I just want to teach.
Hold on. I got to scroll down Sage's timeline. Here we go. So those of you that don't know, I'll move this over to the main screen right now.
Yeah, please do.
Right here, I'm going to actually go ahead and block out my face real quick.
Oh, no.
I know. It's terrible, guys.
Oh, no, I'm gone.
I know. We're all gone. Where is my mom?
Yo, can we just talk about how I posted the yipes?
So, for those of you that don't know the lore right now, I'm going to play the clip. This is from the last Xanadu Monthly. Man. For those of you that have not seen this clip, because I got to give context, right? I can't just be throwing things out.
Do you want to tell everybody watching right now that maybe kind of thinking, I mean, this dude just got lucky?
Nah,
you know, it wasn't a real challenge. This ain't nothing. This is just Xanadu.
See, we're talking about these PRZ.
Yeah. Talk to me.
The PRZ points in Xanadu, they're mine.
Ooh.
I don't give a who comes here. It could be Sonic Fox. It could be it could be Goichi. It could be LK and down in Jersey.
Oh, there's that downtown Jersey,
boys.
Ain't
nobody taking these points. Because these points that are down here in Maryland are going to stay in Maryland.
So, for those of you that have not seen that clip before, that's what kind of kicked us all off. Now, at the last monthly, Sage, he kind of, put it out. You can see right here, he was double eliminated by Jersey.
Man, that shit gets me every time.
That's like
every day, man. It still makes you laugh because it's so fucked up.
You know
right? Like
that's like going to your mom, or it's like you're talking shit to somebody, and then they get their parents.
Yeah.
And then they talk to your mom. About it, and then they come, and then your mom yells at you about it.
So anyway, but let me finish up the Twitter right here. So he came for this man, right? He can't, and obviously Giga, not one to take things lying down.
Nope.
We end up with, so for those of you that don't know, there is currently a $300 first to 10 between Giga and Sage. And this isn't even organized. This is actually just on site. Literally on site. Like, these two are going to run into each other in, like, a Wawa parking lot and just bust out a setup, right? Like, it's on. And that's the situation right now. Now, on top of this, so this is one part. But the other thing that's going on right now is we also had a call out from Tack, who said that Big Bag Mill was a nobody and he was free.
I did not know Tack called out Big Bag.
Oh, yeah. That was another section of the comment.
Yep, so in a different section, Tack made the statement, and so him and Big Bag Mill are also going to be squaring up as well. So we have two massive money matches between Jersey and DMV, right? So this is step number one.
How much is Tack and Mill playing for? 3?
That's I'm not sure.
That one is Yeah, exactly, chat. $300 is a lot of money out here.
That's rent.
300 is a lot.
That's almost rent for. That's almost renting for me, dude. Like,
yo, people betting stacks out here. Like,
the whole thing with that is if somebody's putting up that much, they're confident. They're like 100%.
And that's the thing. Both of them, I can say with confidence, both of these people 100% believe they're going to win this money match.
Yep.
There is not a room of. There's no doubt in either of these players' minds. And you know what? I respect the confidence, but at the end of the day, it's a first to 10, baby, and those are grueling. So for those of you that have never played a first to 10, it is not the same thing as bracket. It is not even close.
Or even a first to 5.
No, it's not the same. A first to 10 is just purely about your ability to adapt. And to honestly play your opponent, not just the game. And this is going to really push both of these players to their limits right here. Now, both the general consensus from the community is they think it's free money on Sage. Now, obviously, there are people who disagree. It's going to be interesting to see what all comes out of this. There's obviously going to be Big Bag versus Tat going on at the same time. And if all this wasn't enough, you're going to have the DBFZ monthly going on at the same time. So, not only are there going to be two high-stakes money match, but the pride of Jersey and Maryland is on the line at the next monthly in a big way. This one was just a precursor, right? This was Baby's first monthly. That's what this last one was. This next one, there's a lot being laid out here. And also, New York, of course, wants to get in on the action, too. And some of the HOC might be making a trek down here.
That would be fun. That'd be really fun.
So, at minimum, I know Calimac and Goon are probably going to be coming. It'll be interesting to see who else. Alucard was tweeting about it. DeKill Sage was tweeting about it. So, there's a lot of people who are interested in what's going on right now. And, I mean, it's Blow Up Monday, baby. Like, you know, if there is smoke somewhere that is not in the Amazon right now, it is at Xanadu Games.
I'm so mad you made that pun. Wow.
I'm a terrible person. It's all right.
I'm gonna let it happen. I'm just gonna let it slide. I wasn't gonna say anything. But
I'm over here.
Said it.
Yo, Seven. Listen, I'm just gonna be an old man like you and just sip my water and just
sip your. Oh
yeah, like that pun. I was like, you know something, just let it slide.
This is like you just gotta let it go. I think as an outsider perspective, on this, I think I've seen Giga play. I've seen Sage play. I think you mentioned it. It's really going to come down to who can adapt. I think... Actually, no, screw it. You can quote me on this. I'm going on hiatus for a week. I don't care. I love you both. Sage is going to change the future. He's taking some money.
7.
I don't think Tack might win, but I'm pulling for my boy Sage.
Mill versus Tack would be really good.
I think that's gonna be. I actually think it's gonna be a good set.
That would be really good.
I think
both are gonna be really
I think if I were Mill, I would do my homework on Blue Jita. I would do my homework on that and Cooler. Also, 7. Mm-hmm. Check your Twitter messages real quick. I think there's something you need to see in there.
Let me see.
Oh God, did you just drag 7 into it?
I didn't do anything.
That's the preface. If I see his eyes light up, you know something happened.
We're not we don't have to talk about it, 7. This wasn't me. This is some people up the chain above me making some noise.
Dude, can we blow him up? Please?
We don't got to talk about it right now, 7.
7, do it. 7.
Don't do it, 7. It's not. I had to let you know. I had to let you know though. I just saw this. I was like, I think this man needs to know right now.
Are they trying to summon Old Man 7?
My thing is, so this 5v5 that they want to happen.
Oh?
We would need a couple months. If I'm being 100% honest. We would need a couple of months because we don't have 5.
There's 2. So right now, and I'm gonna make my statement. And everybody at the DMV, if you get mad that you're not on the roster, get better. Right now, if I were to put down my 5 for this, and this is assuming that this is not like tomorrow. This is assuming that there's like any kind of prep time. My team would be Captain 7, Jerry, Big Bag Mill. After that, it's a lot more of a toss-up. Like,
yeah, because we would need 2 more.
Yeah,
I would do 2 OCQs.
Because Big Bag Mill has been progressing like at a very good pace.
I agree.
So if he just continues on that track within like 2 months' time, he will be a monster.
I think Giga would probably currently take one of the 2 remaining spots. And then the last spot, I think the last spot would be kind of up for grabs.
Yeah, last spot would be hard to
honestly, I feel like I've been really impressed with Alien on his come up recently. I think, but he needs to tighten some neutral stuff up. But like, yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, like obviously this is not an in the moment type thing, and obviously anything could change at any moment. These are just some off the cuff kind of thoughts.
Like I'll be 100% honest. If there was going to be a New Jersey versus MD, like MD 5v5 at the next Xanadu monthly, we would lose. I'm gonna be 100% honest. No cap, we would lose.
Actually, I replaced my last pick with Cutter.
Oh, Cutter would be good.
I changed my mind. Last spot's Cutter. He takes it.
So I think
actually, and also Digon's in the running too.
Like if I had pre-time skip Jerry, I think I'd be all right.
All right, I'm gonna be completely honest. All right, so for those of you who don't know, pre-time skip Jerry, I know most of the people in this country have no idea who he is, but he was straight up probably a top 20 player in the world at his peak. I mean that without gassing him up from being in my own team. He was actually that strong. He's also a top 100 PR melee player. Like, this man has the neutral of the gods. Like, he hadn't touched the game in months, and he still did, like, reasonable at the monthly. He beat Tact on Winterside. And that's after not touching the game for months. Like, that's a powered down Jerry. Like, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where, I think for the culture, I think it's one of those situations where I think at the end of the day, like, I think Jersey and DMV want the same thing in terms of, like, if this sparks motivation. And I was telling this to New England this weekend. And there's a lot of places that are proving that it's not just New York, New Jersey no more. And I think 7, as an example, from this weekend shows that, right? Like, from what Jay told me, and I was like, oh, this dude actually won the monthly. Holy shit. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm kind of OD for being honest. Like, we're kind of.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, you can. No, there's no kind of. I'm gonna be 7. You're actually OD. I'm gonna. No cap. You're just OD.
Can I be honest? You ready for this pun?
Hey, hold on. Before you do that.
Hold up.
Hey, Enigma, I see you in the chat. You heard that, right? Hey, JDiesel, you say it one more time for me, bro?
Yo, JDiesel going on record right now. 7 is OD, and he's currently the best player in Maryland and Virginia.
So, somebody clip that.
I stand by it.
I need to send it to it. I need to send that shit to Enigma.
Is it for the culture? For the culture?
Yeah, it's for the culture, bro. I gotta send it to him.
Okay.
Wait. You're OD with 7 O's and 1 D.
So.
Yep. He's like, yo, I sip my water.
Now 7. One thing I have to ask, because you brought it, you were doing your victory speech, right? Now maybe you can't tell because I know it's an inside joke. What the hell is Ronald Nation?
Oh man, Ronald Nation. Oh man, where do we begin on that?
Oh, was this?
Yo, Enigma already popping off in chat.
Oh, chat already knows.
They know. See, the people in here who says it, they know. They know what it is.
Oh no.
See, you got 4 of them in there already.
Oh, I can tell. Chat's feeling it right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't even explain. I can't explain what Ronald Nation is.
Okay, is it just beyond explanation?
Yeah, actually, I'm yo, Ronald, send me the picture of that thing. I'm gonna send you the picture of what it is.
Please put it in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the Discord. I'm gonna send it to you. Ronald, send me the picture of that joint.
Yo, that's like one of those things that, like, you can't, like, we have something up here that we have someone, Pumper Jam, who we talked about 2 weeks ago. He has the hottest mixtape of Dragon Ball memes dropping. We don't know when, but he has a soundtrack.
Oh my goodness.
Have you ever heard of Mash It Good?
No.
Or have you Drop It Down in Super Dash? There's a lot.
Why do you hurt me?
It sounds
like
awful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, what you mean?
What
is
this?
Fire.
What is this wax CT shit?
Like,
Pause. It's Mass and it's New England. First of all.
Oh
Second
my god.
of all, I'm just saying.
You're CT though. That okay.
Listen. Well, the thing is like it kind of goes back to like the and I want to bring this up. The camaraderie and those inside jokes, you know, it makes a community stronger. Like Rattle Nation, like you don't even need to explain it to me, but the fact that there's like a whole like inside joke or like things like that kind of brings people together. It's like, yo, Rattle Nation. It's like Rattle Nation, bro. Like I don't know it.
If I can get the whole like venue to say that shit, it'd be the best day of my life.
I actually,
you know what? At the next monthly, if you win, or sorry, I'm sorry, when you win, we'll go ahead and we'll get a Rattle Nation chant going for you. I'll orchestrate this. I'll make it. I'll make it happen.
Yo, that's OD. Actually, speaking of, when you popped off, you just yelled "Let's go" because I was just.
No, I said let's fucking go. Like, okay, so me versus Sage, I will be 100% honest with you. I was holding that shit in for like 2 months, and when I heard he was coming back, I was like, I get it. I have another chance.
Oh, the redemption arc, right?
Yeah, I have another chance. I just need one chance. And to be honest, like part of me wishes it was me and him in grand finals again, because I wanted to just do it all over and just see who could really take it. But I don't know if I could do like 9+ games of Kid Buu. I'll be 100% honest with you.
I mean that actually aids you. Like I mean, it's literally your pinned tweet. Like that's.
Yep. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you the Ronald Nation picture.
Oh, do it.
Yeah, whenever somebody says it, you gotta put it in all caps, bold. And you put that picture up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that
What is this? Chat, you can all see this on screen right now.
Just put that up real quick.
That's fucking crazy.
And then for those who haven't seen it, you have Old Man 7. There you go.
Oh yeah, this is what you look like after blocking Kid Buu for too long.
Yep. Yeah, just pull that joint up real quick.
After too many spirit bombs.
Yep. After one too many Kid Buu like armball mixes.
Oh my
god. Thankfully I'm starting to become jaded to that. Because before this tournament started, I talked to Kami again.
That seems to be a good move for you.
Yeah, Kami usually has like all the answers for me. Like he'll pretty much. He said that when I was playing him, I had a pattern of when I play like any of his other characters, I didn't mind blocking. But when I played Kid Buu, I was always trying to get the hell out.
Right, you're trying to move.
Because the character's terrifying when it makes you block.
Right.
But I didn't realize like the pattern that the character itself had with the armball mix up.
Yeah. See, that's the thing too. Like I have that problem with Bardock and GT. Like I'm like jaded to playing against Kid Buu.
Yeah, character.
But like Bardock GT is a shell. Or GT assist, right? I just don't know the pattern, like the placement. So like I kinda understand where you're coming from, like becoming jaded to some type of mix up.
Yeah. Like I'm like 100% jaded to Bardock. I just don't mind that character anymore.
And I actually kind of agree on that. It's like I think out of all the top tiers, like I would personally much rather fight a Bardock than like an adult Gohan. For me,
this is a hot take. But I personally, besides his obnoxious auto combo, I think he's the most fair top tier. There's nothing groundbreaking about him. He's had these same exact situations, same setup since like day one. I think this dude is okay. Tell me what Bardock's mix up is right now. It's either he's going high or he's going low. He doesn't have a command gun. He has a plus frame. Like he doesn't have anything crazy.
Okay, I need a second. I need a second to. I had to leave the room.
You said you hit him. You hit him with the unblockable right there, 7.
Yeah, I I personally think he's the most fair.
I
Granted, he's stupid. He's just stupidly solid.
I
He has a
that's
button that makes him go across screen.
like
He has another one. If you spend some bar, it jails you.
like that's kind of how I kind of agree to an extent. Where I think the thing about Bardock is the reason Bardock's a good character is not because he does anything inherently broken. He just does the exact same
he's
thing.
just good at what
In
he
every
does.
single matchup, Bardock does the same thing the same way, and it's always good.
Yep.
And that's like part of why he's so insane. Because like if you compare it to like GT Goku, right?
Yeah.
Better Oki, better assists. Neutral, I would actually say slightly. I think they're about even. I think Lariat is a more consistent tool, but EX Rasengan's just dumb. Like it just shortcuts neutral.
I don't think FloKey appreciates this.
No, he does. I mean, I can see the pain on this man's face as I keep listing things off. But you know,
Bardock GT is just giving me PTSD.
See, but it's like Bardock GT. GT assist just enables Bardock.
I was gonna say I
Bardock
get mad
has enablers.
Like Bardock, I think compared to like I think Bardock still, like I kind of like after like hearing you guys to explain it more, I kind of see it. But I think the thing is because the way that Bardock kind of manipulates neutral. Now,
Yeah,
granted,
like
I play Piccolo.
he's good at what he does.
Granted, I play Piccolo, so I have a little bit of bias because I think that's one of his worst matchups.
Yeah, if you have a good key blast, it's kind of hard for Bardock.
if you had to block for a minute, and you had a choice between Bardock, Kid Buu, or GT Goku, who do you choose?
Bardock, free.
Right?
I'll gladly block that character.
Right, compared to
Hot
those
take?
other two.
Hot take.
What?
I could probably do Kid Buu.
For a minute?
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know about that one, Flo.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
I think I'd give it after like the first 10 seconds.
I'm gonna be honest, because the only reason why I say that is because I think it kind of comes down to like what characters are in your area. Like
that does matter to a degree. I do agree on that.
To my knowledge, I don't know any Kid Buus down towards you.
Mill.
We have
Mill's the like.
Yo, Kite. Yo, Kite.
FloKey can't even block Bardock. He's capping.
Yo, exposing on your own podcast. That's.
Kite, that's why you got second place this weekend, but that's okay.
Oh my God, FloKey.
He lost to Piccolo.
Yo, money match? Yo, when's Kite?
Nah.
When's Kite flow? It's blow. Look, the title still says Blow Up Monday. So when is this happening?
Relax.
But pretty much
Relax.
before we go like any further like off track.
Yeah.
Going back to Blow Up Monday. Can we just bring that thread back up again? Just
oh, you want me to bring it back? Hold on.
Just bring it back up.
Hold on. Let me go get the Twitter thread real quick.
Yeah, just bring the thread back up. Let's just kind of like go. Let's see the steps of why this happened.
Oh, this is. I gotta say though, Sage had the best opening salvo of any Twitter thread I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that shit was good. I couldn't even be mad at that one. That was a good opening.
Yo, I will say, you can tell I only retweeted it. I did not like it because I just, out of respect for my own scene, I couldn't do it. But I'm definitely gonna retweet that.
My man's put the receipt up of him saying like everything's gonna stay in Maryland. Now, granted, Giga wasn't wrong about it staying in Maryland, but he wasn't the one to keep it in Maryland. That's
all right, let me drag this back over here. All right,
I think that's the thing, right? I feel like the power shift is very...
Bring the picture back up.
Player win-loss. Wah.
I was gonna say, and like it kind of goes back to like
this Sage attack, man. You could at least lost it like on the Maryland. That makes the situation worse.
Yeah, that's pretty. Like, that's pretty cruel. Though I will say, I do like Big Bag firing back right here. It's like, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's the horn.
Yeah, there we go. Like I like the save. I like the little pivot right here, right?
Hey, look at that dude in first place, man. That's a good guy right there.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say, I think it kind of goes back to what you just mentioned about how like it was defended by somebody different.
Oh, real quick, guys, if you're looking, this is where Sage says that Tack would have mopped the floor with Mill, and like, oh, here's the call out. So like, let's see. Also, actually, this is factually incorrect. Sage says that this is the first time that Xanadu has ever successfully defended against New Jersey. Jerry actually beat Lord Knight. This was in February. This was like a little while ago. But Jersey lost, but Nokami ended up winning. So instead of losing to Jersey, we lost to North Carolina for what that's worth.
Yeah. I think, and I was
technicalities, boys. Let's go deep.
But what I was gonna say, and it kind of goes back to like, granted, that little like interaction with me and Kai had in chat, right? Like the power shift in a lot of states and regions have been heavy.
I will say, guys, I do like how if you scroll down this, you watch it go from like 100 to 200. You just keep scrolling. Now it's 2 or 3. Now it's 3.
It's getting worse, bro.
And then
I'm
just over here. I'm like, I just need to make a rate. I just gotta make a rent check, bro.
Oh, talk to me, Seven. I saw. Yeah, I'm gonna move the thread off the screen real quick. Seven, talk to us about what was going on while you were at work.
So I was at work and I pretty much told dude like I'm going on break because for that reason my phone was just vibrating. It was off the charts. And I'm saying like, oh, you know, people must be liking the tweet I made about. You know, I won the month.
Yeah.
No, that was not the case. In fact, that joint was kind of dry. I was kind of disappointed, actually. I was expecting, you know, a little bit more. Congratulations. No, I ain't get nothing. Niggas like threw like a little piece of confetti, saying, "All right, get back to work."
It's like, yay!
Yeah, it's you know.
It's like it's like a high five. It's like a high five, bro.
Yeah.
It's like one of those cards you get for Cards Against Humanity. It's like, I won the monthly, but it was really stacked. High five, bro.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I ain't even getting no cake. This is
shit. Whack.
Yeah, this is fucking awful. But
that's like the hard part.
So when I realized it wasn't that, I was like, okay, so is it messages? No, it wasn't messages. Then I look at the notification. That joint says 23, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then I see the faded sign. It say, yo, you had to call in your big homie 7. I am 6'3", by the way. Just to put that out.
Like, he's actually a big man. Like,
yeah, I'm quite the juggernaut. I didn't realize until I looked at the VODs.
Yo,
damn, I'm like towering these guys.
If 7 was a character, he'd be fuzzyable. Like, free.
Dude, 6'3", that's basically Broly's size.
Yeah, I'm pretty much getting fuzzy like all day.
That's
but pretty much this is the shit that have you laughing. Sage is like, you had to call your big homie 7 to help you out. These are the type of shit is that.
I'm over here just like, where?
Oh man, that should have me weak for a minute.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it also killed me because so I was in Sage's stream this morning. So I popped over there because I usually watch him stream. I was chatting him up about the monthly and everything. He went off in his chat. You guys think he went off in the thread? Go back and watch the VOD for his stream today.
Oh wait, he was streaming today?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch that VOD after this. This is gonna be good.
Oh man, he goes in. He starts talking about how he was sleeping at like a bus stop and all this stuff. And meanwhile, he's like, "Oh, Giga out here taking naps and shit, and like losing at home." Like he went in. Now I gotta say, this is some of the best beef I have seen in a minute. And like,
oh yeah, this shit is great.
But
I'm gonna hold. So look, all right, let me say it right now. Between the money match right now, between those two, if they were to do it right now, Sage would probably get him. Like, let's say like a week's time, Sage would probably get him.
Give me your rough score.
Rough score
right now. Give me your right now score.
Cause Sage, when it comes to like certain situations, he thinks like pretty much exactly like me, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It would probably be like 10-3 or 10-4. Because once Sage adapts, if you can't adapt like right after that,
yeah,
it's done. It's done.
Yeah, he's definitely a very cerebral player. Like I've run longer sets with him, and like if I use a mix, like at least with Ginyu, right? Because Ginyu's kind of got some like some mix, right? Some like weird stuff. After I use one of like the weird pieces of mix, I have to wait like 3 games before I bust it out again, or he just blows it up next time.
Yeah, if you give me about 2 months time, actually not even 2 months, like a month and a half's time, I can probably there can probably be a chance that Giga can take it over Sage.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna need like actual time to discuss with him like what you don't and what you can do against Sage, because Sage's team kind of makes you not be allowed to do certain things.
I definitely agree on that. Actually, one of the things that Sage mentioned in his stream talking about you, because I actually asked him about you. He said one, he said you're OD, and two, he said literally if all you do is cooler 3H me, I'll lose.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Yeah, he said that was
It's
the
like,
one tool he just like. He said that he thinks you're really really good. He says that there are times where if you just played a little more unga bunga with cooler, you'd be unstoppable.
you know, it's funny thing about that. I used to be like the biggest gorilla in Maryland because I played Blaze and I played Azrael.
Yeah,
Bro, I would not block for more than 2 seconds. If you would look down in my hand, you would just see.
So accurate now.
Yeah, you would see me just mashing DP with Azrael.
yeah,
Oh, the fucking growler. Stop.
Yep. See, you see that guy LHI care in the chat? He knows. He
Yeah.
knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Stop.
He knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I wasn't blocking for more than 0.5 seconds to get this nigga off me, man.
Bro, you would just like dash forward, take a mini block string growler if you think it wasn't, then rapid, then growler again. Would you you would do that?
Yeah. Yo,
Yeah,
like
I won't walk out for that because as a man that has a PhD in reversals, I commend that.
like yo, if it's like EJ will tell you, or LHI care, shout outs to the homie. That's we go way back.
yeah.
But pretty much, even if you had me in a block string and I wasn't mashing DP, I was for damn sure pressing another button. And if I had meter, I was either gonna like rapid DP or I was gonna guard cancel because I was not blocking. I refused to block. Then
Especially
I
in
met some
that
people.
game.
Yeah, then I met some people that made me block, and that was pretty rough. Like 6 months.
Well, especially in that game.
Yeah, they made me play the game.
Well, especially because Blaze was a really like heavy oppressive. Like I thought Dragon Ball was oppressive. Like I remember watching him playing Blaze Blue. That game was rough.
It can
Guilty
be
Gear,
it can be
rough.
really oppressive.
Blaze Blue, rough. Cross tag, you ain't blocking. You gonna die into Akihiko. You gonna get
Cross tag pre-patch before they nerfed reject guard. It wasn't too bad. But the moment they said you got more block stun now when you do a reject guard, you know it's a little different.
But
Different
like
beast.
Akihiko freaking teleport. But we're not talking about Blaze Blue. What so kind of in wrap up, you know. So you're kind of in this good position now, kind of being at the helm, kind of making sure, kind of along with JDiesel, right?
Yeah.
You two are kind of like the commentator and the player in this scenario, where you guys are making sure, like the DMV, along with everybody else, is like in a good space going into the rest of the year. 7, what's next?
What's next?
Yeah, after this.
So
next month.
My
right?
goal, and I've only told this to like Alucard because we talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
My goal personally, like winning, I don't me personally, I don't really care about winning. I'm more there just to either have fun and just learn. The only time I actually wanted to win was when I fought Jace because everybody wanted me to win. So I was like, yo, I have to fucking win. So my main goal is to honestly just bring up the rest of the DMV DBFZ players. That's like the main 100% goal. Because I don't want it to always be me having to stop everybody and everybody else. I don't want it to be like first place 7 or top 3 7. Then I look at the rest of the bracket it's either like out of state players and then just just the rest of MD. I don't want it to be that. I don't have to see that every monthly. And then we have to go on Twitter and be like and see like, damn, Maryland's fucking free.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, like, I don't
it literally sounds like me with CT. It wasn't until like people like Kite and like Dark Mozo and like Javi like stepped their shit up that I feel that CT's even decent. Granted, we lost, but no, I definitely feel you on that. I think that's very important because like if you're not helping your scene grow, what are you doing? You know, it's
pretty much.
It's like you're kind of in it for yourself.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like pointless. Like a lot of people take this as because like the way you have it, like some people care about winning, and some people care about fun. I'm actually had this talk with a lot of people. I'm like, do you want to play to win or play to have fun? If you can't answer that question properly, take some time away.
Yeah, like
if you can.
Yeah, talk it, Sam.
My thing is like I'm at this point now that I'm pretty much back. I'm just here. I'm here for these guys. I'm here for the rest of the DBFZ players in our region. Because I don't want the skill gap to be just that vast.
I agree.
Like if we to put it like right now, it would be me, pre-time Skip Jerry.
Yep.
And then it would just go down to like A tier. It'd be like S+, then it'd just be A tier.
It's unfortunate.
What I wanted to be is just like me personally from like a realistic view. I wanted to be like S+ everybody. I want everybody to be up there. I want everybody to be a problem. And the people that are showing like, and the thing is, I know they can do it because I've played them in matches and they've showed like signs. They show signs of it because there'd be some matches where I get fucked up bad. Like, even Mills done it before. He would destroy me, but then like right after it would just fade. It would just go back to normal. It's like so far, Mill is showing like very good signs of progression. Like I'm really happy for that. He just has to keep going. He has to get outside his own head.
Yep.
Kelso actually won a weekly not too long ago. I was really happy to see that. He stayed true to his word because he put it on Twitter saying he was going to win.
That's true.
And he did.
I saw that.
Who else? Gigi Itachi. Though he is quite the loudmouth. He has. If I were to show you guys what he was looking like months ago compared to now, they'd be like, there's no way that's the same person.
It's like Light and Day.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
That's awesome.
Who else? Steph K. Oh, this is a touchy one.
He's like, oh god, gotta roll up the sleeves.
Yeah, this is a touchy one, bro.
Tell him how you feel. This is the place to do it.
Yeah, so Steph is hard-headed beyond all comprehension. Like if I could throw a boomerang at this dude's like temple, I would.
That's OD.
Because it's like boomerang? He doesn't.
The fuck?
He doesn't listen. But I know he's smart. I mean, he just doesn't listen. He has the same exact problem as Justin. Shout out to Justin, by the way. That's the hard-working man. But they don't want to block. And when they're forced to block, guess what they're not doing? Blocking. They either trying to mash.
They block with their face.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they will literally put their face first while trying to press something, and they will just get destroyed. Like Steph will always try to deflect because he doesn't believe in his blocking, and Justin will either deflect 5H with adult Gohan, or he's gonna wake up light DP and try to block safe jump.
Did someone say reflect 5H?
Yep.
What's his Twitter? I want to talk to him really quick.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after that. Please,
because
send me the receipts afterwards.
Yeah, I need the receipt because reflect 5H is a CT thing. I want copyright for that.
My god!
I want copyright.
Yeah, pretty much. I believe they can all do it. I personally believe they can all get to the level that they want to be at. But they gotta let go of. They gotta either let go of like the ego, or they gotta understand that they're just They're just not where they want to be.
Yes.
Right.
They have to, and this, I promise you guys, this is the worst thing you can do. And it's going to hurt. But you got to watch your replays.
Yes.
You got to watch the ones where you took the hard L's. And granted, it hurts because you watch your own self lose. That shit sucks. But yeah, you have to watch your replays and you have to like point out your own habits. Because if you refuse to look at yourself get bodied, you're pretty much taking a high road. You don't have to do that. As for people who helped me get here, Kami forgive me like pretty much the knowledge, insight, and just multiple situations. Pretty much everybody that I've been helping out, trying to get better, they just want to see me do well. So it's gotten to a point where like I don't want to let them down at all. It's pressuring, but I just don't want to let them down. Sage, definitely Sage, because we have this back and forth thing. Like right now in tournament, we're like 1-1. No, hold on. If we count grand finals, yeah, we're like 2-2 right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want Sage to have the upper hand. And
okay.
Either. Yeah, he doesn't want me to have it either.
Yo.
And most importantly, like bar none. Actually, hold on, no. One more. Before that, pretty much the same equal level when it comes to terms of like me being thankful. Thank you to like my old Blaze Blue friends, Kyle, EJ, Nick, Greg, Jukin, etc., because they pretty much taught me how to actually play a fighting game. Like I can't just, roll my face to the controller and try to win like a tournament. There's certain situations when you have to give up. They pretty much just talked me through the game, even though I was being hard-headed too. But it's just you pretty much have to learn it. And then the last one. I have to give like 100% like respect to my boy Enigma.
Oh.
Some of you have heard him. Some of you have heard of him, and some of you haven't. But me and him started this shit from like day one in Dragon Ball Fighters, and it has been like dead even since day one. Granted, this nigga is abhorrently trash, but he's still the boy. He's still 100% the boy. Son.
I'm done.
Like this nigga is garbage. But he's the boy, son. Like bar none. Like this, that's like 100% the fella right there, bro. I can't stress this enough.
That's crazy.
That build up was wrong. That's so wrong, Seven. That build.
I can't give him the satisfaction of me telling him he's OD. I can't do that. I will.
Oh my god.
He will literally have to do something spectacular to get
abhorrently trash.
Because this
abhorrently trash.
That nigga is garbo, bro. Oh my god. That nigga Cell, his Broly, especially his TN. His TN is terrible, son.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I'm like dead even with him. Like I can't get better than him. You can't get better than me. It's we just can't seem to make it happen because every set we do is like always even, like 5-5 or whatever.
Right.
I mean that's the stuff, and that's the kind of person you want to practice with. You want somebody who's going to push you to your limits, right? You want somebody who's going to be dead even with you, because like when you play with someone you're a lot better than, you're usually not as conscious about what you're doing. When you play someone who's too much better than you, it can also be hard to gauge your progress.
Yeah.
Someone who's like exactly your level, though?
Yeah, because me and him are exactly the same level.
Yep.
It's pretty much like me and Sage. Because we're like the same level, we learn like way more. We learn way more than we would like if we fought somebody like with a bigger, like, gap in skill.
Yep.
So like, let's say if I fight like Kami, granted I still learn, because he puts me in situations where I have to figure out, what to do. Compared to if I fought Enigma,
Right.
we'd be put in, common scenarios because we play each other a lot and we learn from said common scenarios. We pretty much learn how to adapt from that said scenario.
Because you're in those common patterns with one another.
Yep. And it happens time and time again, and we just learn from it.
Okay, like so I did the bad thing. Go ahead, sorry. No, go ahead. I just scrolled Twitter. I saw another blow up. Oh,
shit, here we go. But pretty much with Sage, like our Magic Winners Finals, it was a lot of common situations, but we kept like overlapping with different answers. And it would just make something entirely new. Like that set right there was just constant evolving.
I was gonna say that was a beautiful set to watch because like it obviously came down to the wire, and last hit situations are always exciting, but the adaptation back and forth was incredible, and like I think that was definitely, while Grand Finals may have been hyper because it was Grand Finals, I personally vote that as the best set of that tournament. That's kind of how I felt about it personally.
Yeah, because that shit came down to last round.
Like, if you go back and watch the VOD, you can hear me, like, I actually jumped up out of the commentator desk because, like, I was that hype about that hit. Like, that last cross-up 7, you had me sweating as you did that. Like, oh my god, it was
I'm not gonna hold you. If he somehow blocked that cross-up, I was gonna do another dive kick.
Damn.
I mean, we gotta live and die by the dive kick, son.
And the truth has come out.
Yeah,
well,
like if everybody who saw that match saw how many dive kicks I was doing at the end.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna, like, if you blocked that tail, I was gonna do another dive kick. And if it hit, it hit. If I died, I died.
Hey, that's the good stuff, though.
Nope.
Yeah.
But let me see this other blow. Bring.
Oh, that's true. That's true, FloKey.
Okay. So I was just scrolling Twitter.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys saw the one from Xanadu Games.
Oh.
Actually posted. I'm gonna put this in the Discord chat. Actually, I'll just read it. It's from an hour ago. If we talk in DBFZ, this is from Sage. We got that free because Nova started a thread. Xanadu quoted it. Said, "You didn't win last time though. How free is it? All of Jersey wasn't there. Only 7 was there putting in work. You are deaf free. Send your boys down here to back up the words then." And I'm like, oh, it gets better. This random dude. I don't even play you blind as hell if the Northeast took half your top 8 at your local with home field. Come up here for ECT. I'll match any of your Sage money match.
I'm gonna stay out that one.
That's one of so like, here's the thing with that. I think if y'all played, I'm gonna be real. If y'all played in a neutral ground, I think that would be an interesting setting. No one has home field. We're in a random location.
Look, we'll meet at the nearest Denny's parking lot. All right, we'll bring a setup and just go, right? Like let's get it.
I'll post it in chat.
For the people who's asking, like, the money match situation, the money match will be against Sage versus Giga Itachi.
Yes, and that is for 300.
That's for 300 dogs.
And then the other money match is going to be Big Bag Mill versus Tack for an undisclosed amount. I believe it's at least 100. I do know that. I don't know what the exact amount is.
I 100% believe Big Bag can take that. If he's on his game today, he can take that.
I think it'll come down to, like JDiesel mentioned before. Oh, Sage is in the chat.
Skrix, he played MVC3. Oh man, that's
he knows. Yo, what's good, Sage?
Sage pops in at the end of the stream.
Yo, Sage, we've been covering Blow Up Monday today. Yo, Twitter has been ablaze today. Oh,
Kite. If you bring Northeast into this, I am not defending you. This is all on you. No.
It's okay. It's okay, FloKey. I know how it feels to get dragged into stuff, bro.
Like, I'm just the old man. Listen, I just finished Wrath of the Man. I'm just trying to just do this.
Hey, you know what? It's all good. I mean, this is the stuff though. Like, this is for me what I have to say, regardless of how all this plays out. This is prime FGC right here.
This is
right. This is like what the FGC is supposed to be like. Like, I respect the hell out of it, and honestly, I want to see the smoke. I want to see people get in. Like, it's gonna be fun as hell. Cause I'm gonna be called. By the way, if this does happen at Xanadu, I'm going to get this on stream.
Yeah.
I don't care how I gotta fight. I'll get that on stream. Mill vs. Kite. Oh my! Not for a Wendy's 4x4.
Sage,
You're
chat, Sage.
Oh yeah. Go 7. Ask Sage.
Because I gotta ask Sage, what do you for the 300? Let me hear your score.
Oh yes, yeah. Sage. Right now, under the radar exclusive. Sage, what do you predict the score will be between you and Giga Itachi?
I was gonna say he was. I knew that was the read. I knew this dude was gonna say 10-0 the minute you asked that.
Honestly, Sage, I would have been disappointed if you had said anything else. Like, at this point, you gotta commit to it, right?
That shit about to be a 10-0. No hesitation in the typing, bro.
That's OD. Well, it has been an incredible podcast from top to bottom. I love the energy.
Sorry,
I love. What's up?
No, I was looking at the chat. Yeah, the money match is confirmed.
This money match.
That's confirmed.
He might take a character.
You mean I take a character?
Oh
God
my
damn.
God. Yo, after school special with the 13-0. What is it? Perfect Legend? Oh my God.
So Sage, I don't know when y'all plan on doing it, but you're the homie. You know you're the homie. But if you can give me like a month and a half to bring this dude up to speed, it won't be 10-0. It won't.
Hold on.
Actually get a fight.
All right, with the month. Hold on, 7. Hold on. We'll kick this back to you. With a month, what's the score?
What's a month of the score?
Yeah, with 1 month, because that's the next Xanadu monthly. What's the score?
If this dude actually listens to me, like 100% listens to me.
Yeah, let's say that Giga puts, he goes all out on this, commits 100% to the 7 training regimen.
If he listens to me and I don't have to drill the shit in his head,
yeah,
I can probably get him to win it. It can probably be like 10-8.
Whoa!
I can probably get him to win it, but he has to listen to me. If not, the boy's about to lose 300. Because
Sage is.
If I'm struggling against Sage, if me and Sage are dead even,
yeah,
and Hassan or Giga Itachi, he has a hard time against me. That doesn't,
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Different level. I think. This is gearing up. Do you guys have a date for the next monthly, or you guys want to just do this at ECT?
I honestly believe because I don't want any type of home field advantage. I want it to be like straight neutral.
This fella just really texted me all caps. I'm destroyed. That's good. You're good.
Who,
I hear you. I hear you out and clear.
Who is the best in Maryland? It's okay. So, me being completely honest, it's 7. 7 is the best player in Maryland right now.
I don't like to toot my own horn.
Yeah,
but
like let me put it this way: if 7 had to play a tournament set against any other player in Maryland that I had to put down money, I'd put it on 7. That's just facts. That's facts for me right now.
Like right now, I think Kite's the best player in CT. Oh shit! I just said that.
If I would have to put like, if I had to put like a top 5 in Maryland right now, it would be me, probably Big Bag. It would definitely be
Big Bag makes a top 5 cut
like,
easy.
He's been killing it.
Yeah, I agree.
And on top of that, like he did really well at the last month.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I know some people were talking about how they thought the J set wasn't close. I disagree. I think that set was very close.
It was going back and forth. He was doing really good.
Yeah, I don't think that was the blow up that some people were trying to make it out to be on Twitter. I admit that he lost? Yeah, I do.
Oh, he lost.
But
he has to hold that.
It was closer than that. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. After Big Bag, it would probably be because FS Link. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Oh, Link would be top 5 easy.
Yeah, Link. He pretty much he's leaving soon, so he won't really be here. I
know. We went to CEO together, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just not gonna be able to be out again." And I'm like, "Damn, homie." Like,
yeah. There's that. There's FS Link, Giga Itachi, or people know him as Hassan.
Yep.
And then there would be 5 is such a toss up. It'd have to either be DeMarco or shoot. Who'd you give a top 5? Who'd you put?
To round out a top 5 here?
Yeah.
So the player, if I were to do a 5th slot, I would either give it to Cutter.
I keep forgetting about Cutter. Okay, yeah, there you go. 5. There you go.
Yeah, because
5 would be Cutter.
Right below Cutter, I think the 6th slot would be super contested. Because I think you have like DeMarco, Alien, like a lot of people like that, kind of in that range right now.
DeMarco and Alien are like really. They're pretty much even in terms.
Also, I'll say if just because you're in the top 5 of Maryland right now, I would not be sleeping on Alien right now. He's actually my pick right now for the biggest come up.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to play Alien myself because every time we're about to play something
so much better so fast. His problem used to be, remember how you were talking about like not wanting to watch your losses and stuff like that?
Yeah.
He's shed all of those habits. He like watches his footage and like he's doing defense drills and like he's actually pushing himself. Like I actually think he's gonna be really scary. Kid Boo's
Kid Boo's cell? No, I don't. He wasn't Kid Boo's cell. What is he? 21.
Alien's the 21 player.
What was his team?
His team is 21 GT SSJ.
That's Keitzel.
That's really good. That's good.
Keitzel.
Yeah, he was him and Jace were actually talking a lot. Apparently Jace thought his 21 was actually really good. So I thought that's pretty high compliments there. That's out of
I've heard of the Kid Boo cell player, like cause he beat DeMarco, and I was surprised. Does anybody know?
Yeah, I don't know who
the name of the Kid Boo cell player, because I've seen him play.
Hold on, let me pull up bracket real quick. Smash.gg.
This month there was a lot of like unknown hitters.
Well, Philly came down too.
Was he Philly?
He might have been Philly. Let me see. Dragon Ball Fighters, baby. So let's see. Let me see the Cell Kid Boo players. I'm actually curious. So he beat DeMarco, right?
Yeah, he beat DeMarco.
No, that's not Kern.
Yeah, Kern was.
Limbo.
Is he from MD?
I believe he is. Let me see. Does it give me a region for him? No, it doesn't give me a region for him. He was the guy who lost. He lost to Sage and Cutter. Yo, Sage, how good was that player? I think that was him.
I want to see him more.
I mean, he went 1-2 against Cutter, so he's definitely boxing. Like. Also, Sage, thank you for coming by, my man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, even with the broken collarbone and all.
Yeah, the Kid Bucell guy, was he any good? I don't know exactly who he is.
He was pretty solid.
He was solid?
Yeah, he was solid. Like when he fought DeMarco, he was kind of getting him.
I was gave him the business.
DeMarco was like, yeah, Maryland wise, DeMarco is pretty good.
Yeah, DeMarco is pretty good. I agree.
Yeah. So to beat him, you gotta know what you're doing. Yeah. As for like the rest of the Maryland players, I will be having discussion with you guys soon.
All right. I mean, that's a pretty solid thing right here. I mean, All right. Well, I actually think we are just about at our wrap-up time right here. Yo, this, I gotta say, this episode
It's been an OD podcast.
I was gonna say, yo, 7 in the house tonight. Chat, you guys have held it down phenomenally, and I really could not ask for any more from the rest of y'all. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Now, my last little bit that I want to say here, a 7, I think you and me want the exact same thing for this scene right now. In terms of trying to power people up. You're doing it from the player side. I'm trying to do it from the, like, get people out here side and, like,
Pretty
you know,
much.
organize events and just get more players and stuff like that. And if I can keep putting bodies out here and you can keep training them up, man, like,
That's how it
that's
works.
the 1-2 for the DMV right there.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because Hassan or Gigi Tachi was the prime example. He's the prime example of a person like I taught since day one.
Yeah.
He was kind of rough, but now he's starting to realize what he's doing. He's still a little bit nutty, but he's getting there. Big Bag Mill, I definitely see like coming up next.
I agree.
If I'm not there, and give it like a month or two time, Big Bag Mill will probably be able to do it.
I was gonna say Big Bag's almost there. He's like just on the cusp of being able to do it. Also,
Yeah,
Kite, hope to see you at
he
the
will definitely be
monthly.
able to do it. Like, if we get like potential Unleashed Jerry once again, oh man,
Oh
it's gonna
well,
be so good.
he's got a fire underneath him right now. He said that he was gonna come back stronger. He was super salty. He never gets salty. He was super salty about his performance at the last monthly. He said he's gonna get back into fighting shape.
Okay, all right, that's good. That's good because I'm gonna need him. If they're gonna keep coming back, I can't keep doing it by myself, son. I can't.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be more and more, and I don't want to have to keep like looking at top 8, and it's just like
You gotta beat you from out of state. You from out of
outside,
state.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think DMB is in a really good spot going into the rest of the year. And I'm so happy that I got to meet you formally.
It's nice to meet you as well, bro.
Finally, right?
I've definitely stopped in your stream like every now and then just to see what's going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's like go to ECT.
You gotta explain the 1 week hiatus again.
I really don't want to, cause I'm out until 2020. So my goal, and actually, our next week's guest is an actual. I think it's our first CT player.
Okay.
Oh.
You mind if I announce it right now?
Go for it, Flo.
Since I won't be here for a week. So this player I've seen a lot of growth in. His run at Summit was one that I told JDiesel about.
Yep.
And he was completely on board with. Because we kind of looked at the obvious choices, but I felt like his story through Summit was huge. You guys have no idea who this is. But we're having CT's own Vegeta player, Mozo, on the podcast next.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, all right.
His
no love for Kite. Shaking my head.
No, I think the thing is like with Kite.
Kite got a whole documentary made about him.
He has a whole. The thing is, this dude already has clout, and he's already. My goal as Kite is already doing shit. Like, honestly, Kite, I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna be in episode. What episode we're on? 28, bruh. I'm gonna be honest with you, Kite. You could probably be like episode 32 or some shit.
Right,
Like,
what's Kite's team?
The hell, I don't even know. Flavor of the week.
Flavor of the week.
Flavor of the week word.
I think it's flavor of the week.
Come on, Kite.
But
come on, Kite.
But no, yeah. I will be off social media actually starting as soon as this podcast is over.
Yep.
JDiesel will be holding down the promotions and everything.
So if you guys want to talk about the blow-ups, everything else, just hit me up on Twitter.
Please, he'll be putting out the promotion tweets and everything. And yeah, no, again, I really want to thank you, Seven, for being an amazing guest today.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
What we like to do is at the end of the podcast, we like to give each guest about 5 minutes or so to kind of show wherever they want and things like that. This is usually JDiesel's spiel, but I kind of stole it tonight.
It's okay. I'll let it go.
He's like, yo, he's like, I'm offended.
Yeah, and just a little bit. It's all right.
I'm sorry, fella, but take this time. Shout out whoever you need, because I know you said some big thank yous earlier, but if you have any few other shout outs that you want to give, where people could follow you, things of that nature.
Wait, you already have
your Twitter is on screen right now.
If you guys want to follow my Twitter, by all means, go ahead. You're probably not going to see Cooler Tech. Instead, you're probably going to see a bunch of animal videos and memes.
That's godlike. I'm gonna follow right now.
Yeah, I do want to give like a thank you to my man's Ken. Definitely Boom. Boom is like the head honcho Soul Calibur player around here.
Boom is
MDVA.
Boom's a good guy.
Boom.
Yeah, Boom's like that's definitely like one of the homies. I'm honestly because I did all my like shout outs earlier. Especially since I did Enigma. That nigga sucks. But
damn.
I just want to thank Sage for coming through again. Like we're definitely gonna figure out the score next time we run into each other again. Also glad to see Jace come through. Because I was not expecting him, so that was like a really fun fight. Like, you don't get no type of love, bro. You trash, man.
Damn. No love.
You don't get no type of love,
so
bro.
sad.
Yo, if y'all see this dude in y'all streams, anywhere just like lurking around, he says anything, yo, time him out. Just get him out of here, bro. This
Seven. I can't do that.
Yes, you can. Like, yo, he come anywhere you stream, bro. So you gotta go.
At least go? But if he follows me, I can't say no.
You gotta go. But yeah. I also do want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Justin, Steph K, or as I like to call him, Steph Cowwow, Hassan, TK Breaker. He's also like an up and coming. And honestly, anybody else who's been sticking around trying to get better. Oh yeah, and also Zanny. I almost forgot about Zanny.
Can't forget that man.
Yeah, also
Zanny's on the come up.
Yeah, he's on his Gears 5 grind right now, but like those 5 especially, I just want to say thank you for sticking around because they're still constantly trying to get better, and they realize like I'm fucking ass, but it's they like time and time again. They've time and time again shown that they want to get better and that they're trying to do it whatever it takes to get better, such as getting rid of the habits, looking at their replays, looking at all their losses, and just listening. Listening is the most important thing you can do to get better. If somebody washes you, and I can't stress this enough, do not try to like counterpoint what they're saying to you. You can't.
Agreed.
If they smoked you, washed you, bodied you, whatever, you cannot try to counterpoint them because they just cooked you. There's nothing you can say. You have to listen to what they're trying to tell you. Yeah, as a wise man once said, known as Javante Robbins, you got to get washed to get clean. You got to get washed to get clean. That's an enigma line. That is the only good thing he's done out here.
That's crazy. So,
but yeah, you have to listen. That is the most important thing you can do.
I actually need to hear that advice because I haven't heard that in a while. Thanks for the advice.
You know me, man.
There we go.
I'm pretty OD.
Gang shit, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, see, Kai understands. Nobody wants to listen when they get cooked.
Exactly.
I mean, it sucks. Like, it sucks. But at the end of the day, it's not a team game. It's not a MOBA game. It's a fighting game. It is your fault that you lost.
Yes.
You need to come to terms with that. You can't. Once you start blaming the game, you start stagnating because you don't blame it on yourself for losing. You don't try to adapt.
There's no one else to blame.
Yeah, you just point fingers to the game being trash or the game being whack. Or
characters broken, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like until you want to actually sit down and learn a certain matchup, like you can't really bitch.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Like unless you've like put brain power into trying to
study
you know, get better or study, you can't say anything.
Absolutely.
You gotta listen. And that's why I appreciate those 5 people I named, and including the rest of the DBFZ DMV, because these guys are willing to listen. If they lose and they want to, they want to know why they lose, and when I tell them why they lose, they don't try to counterpoint me. Besides Steph, that's why I say he's hard-headed. But everybody else, they will listen. They will listen. They will understand. They will try to, they'll try to iron things out. Especially with Kelso. Kelso, I told him, I asked him what he think he did wrong when he lost at the monthly. He told me what he did wrong, and I gave him some insight of what he could do. And he did. He said, I never thought about that. I'm going to take that into account, and I'm going to try it. And what happens, he's out of the tournament, I see this dude in the training room doing exactly what I asked him to do.
I mean, that's you can't teach that. That's just on the player.
Yeah.
That's the good stuff, man.
I'm really happy that those guys have that skill. They don't try to argue with me. That's the worst thing you can do is just talk to a brick wall.
Big agree. All right. Well, I guess that brings us to the end right here. What an episode! An episode 28, 7, the defender of the DMV. This has been absolutely phenomenal. I hope everybody who has tuned in live, everybody who's watching this on YouTube later, everyone who's watching the VOD, we appreciate every single one of you.
Seriously.
You guys make all of this possible for what we do. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for bailing us out.
Exactly. Thanks for bailing us out, 7. But if you like what you've seen, please drop a follow, drop a sub, whatever you guys want to do.
Follow this man, JDiesel, because he always... Whenever he has a Monday podcast, it's never like a boring, segment.
It's really not. Working with Jay has been godlike. I literally shielded the shit out of him during Summit for a reason.
Yeah, and the fact that he is putting in so much work to try to bring this DBFZ scene back up, because before
it's hard.
That shit was looking kind of dry. I'm not gonna hold you.
It was
looking kind of I saw that there was some people that wasn't. These dudes do 2 matches they're in the grand finals. That's how many people are there. He's definitely brought this joint back from the brink of death. You can't really do nothing but appreciate that.
And 100%. I appreciate that, 7. And I just wanted to say to everyone from the DMV who's listening, it meant the world to me at the monthly after you congratulated our grand champion 7, you guys shouting out what it meant to you guys for what I've done. It makes all the late nights, all the time, the effort, all of it worth it. And I would do it in a heartbeat for you guys, because you guys are my scene. And honestly, I just wanted to give you guys somewhere to play. I wanted to give you guys a community, and I'm willing to keep beating all my crafts and keep making this community as good as possible. All you guys got to do is play. And that's it.
I appreciate that, bro. I really do appreciate it.
That's
I hope everybody in the DBFZ scene does not take you for granted at all.
So, but
because you've done way too much.
You know what? Look, I realized 6 months ago I didn't have the ability to do what I wanted to do for my community, so I took a little bit of a side path, and we're here now. And now we've got Blow Up Mondays, and you know what? I couldn't be happier. It really means the world to me. All of y'all mean the world to me. My fellow players at Xanadu, you guys are why I do it. Every single day, you guys are why I do it. Everyone working so damn hard, getting better, going out there, taking names. That's the reason I do this shit. And I really could not ask for a better scene. I couldn't. And
you really can.
And I'm
really proud of you, Jay. Genuinely proud.
But anyway, if you like what you saw, support us, follow us on Twitter, follow us here, all that jazz. Anyways, I'm probably going to kick you guys over to Childish Vachito after this, but I have been JDiesel.
I have been FloKey.
Oh, it was my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I won.
There you go.
But yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I'm probably about to go join this PSN party because they about to cook the hell out of me.
Make it happen, man.
There's some people in there watching. They about to cook the fuck out of me when I get in there.
Have fun.
But yeah, like I really do appreciate you guys for having me on there. Jay, I'm gonna send you a rev up those fries. But yeah, just know there's probably gonna be some, like, in the coming days. There's gonna be some memes. Like there's gonna be some edits out there.
I'm excited.
Yeah, there's gonna be some edits out there.
I've already noticed that 3 different people have been making clips of the of this stream. So
Yeah,
I already know there's gonna be some good stuff out there.
There's one guy in my group that he just has a field day with this shit. So I know he's gonna be on it.
Yo.
Seven, before you go, one time for the culture, can I get a Ronald Nation?
Oh,
that's true. This is the send off, right?
For the send off.
Oh man, y'all already know what time it is, baby son. Matter of fact, Jay, I'm gonna sing you the theme song after this shit, but I gotta tell you, no. Let me just hit the theme song real quick.
If you send it to me on Twitter, I'll play it right now as we go off.
I got you. But the thing is, I have to clip it, so I can't really like.
Oh my god!
It'll play the rest of the video.
It's whack.
It's literally just from like one part of the video, bro. Let me get, because I can play it through my mic. My mic picks up like.
All right, do it. Make it happen.
Let me get this.
This is an under the radar exclusive right now for you guys.
What a way to send it
real
off,
quick, bro.
Make sure you guys tune in next week as well. We're gonna have Mozo play.
Let me see this shit. Is it right here? Or let me get
Yo, for the culture, can we get it?
Yep, I got you. Yo, don't worry. My boys already on it, son. They already got a clip. They already got a clip. I promise you, they already got a clip, son. He said, "Whoa."
All right,
y'all. Have a good night.
Have a good
DMV, Ronald Nation. I'm gonna pass y'all off to Pacino. Peace out, guys.
There's no DMV. DMV is Ronald Nation. That is the epitome right there, son.
Ronald Nation.
Ronald Nation, baby.
All right,
y'all, man. It's been a blast.
Peace out, guys.
Later.
All right, y'all.